Well, welcome to day 13 of the 21 days of goals. And today we are diving into chapter 13, which is optimize your health and wellness. Optimize your health and wellness. As we head into the new year, one of the most popular resolutions that people make is to get healthier. And I think that's a great aspiration. But this chapter is about taking those wishes and turning them into results. Tracy actually sets the tone. He says the lifestyle habits you form and the decisions you make can have an enormous impact on the quality of your life and how long it lasts. He goes on to say it happens little by chance, and this is especially true in regard to our health and our fitness. In other words, health doesn't just happen. It takes discipline, intention, and consistent effort. The starting point for prioritizing your health and wellness is simple, but it's not easy. It's not easy. The starting point is actually for us to make a decision. On page 155, Tracy, he emphasizes that you must decide to get into the best physical condition of your life and then commit to maintaining it over time. You've got to decide, make that decision, and then you have to commit. He then uses something that we're all familiar with by now, the 12 steps of goal setting, to guide us in that journey. And step one always comes back to what do we want? To asking ourselves the magic wand question. We should be getting in a routine of doing this now when we look at an area of our life. And the magic wand question here is, if you could wave a magic wand and enjoy perfect physical health in every way, what would that look like? Here's where we can ask ourselves questions like, how would we feel? Or what would we look like? Or how would our energy levels change if we were there? Clarity is essential here. When we visualize the best version of ourselves, then it gives us something concrete to work towards. Here's one way you can think of it. You can think of it like a bank account. Every choice, like eating nutritious food or exercising or getting enough sleep, is a deposit. And every poor decision, like skipping workouts, eating junk food, or not managing our stress, is a withdrawal. Over time, those deposits and withdrawals, they add up. And if you're consistently depositing more than you're withdrawing, your health account is going to grow, and you're going to feel better, stronger, and more energized. But if you're consistently making withdrawals, eventually you're going to be overdrawn. And that's when the health issues start to arise. The key here, though, is to be intentional about your deposits, building up a health savings account so that you've got the energy and the longevity that you need to live life to the fullest. So here's some practical insights that I pulled out of this chapter. The first was, you got to believe. You got to believe. What Tracy says is that many people are convinced that their level of fitness or unfitness is largely fixed. They believe it is the way it is. It's always going to be that way. But that's simply not true. Remember, healthy people have good health habits, and unhealthy people have poor health habits. It comes down to our habits, and our habits can be changed. It isn't all about where you are. It's about where you're going. One of my favorite examples of this is in the book Atomic Habits. The author, James Clear, says that every time you perform a healthy habit is a vote for the person that you want to be in the future. You got to keep voting. You got to keep showing up. Now, another thing that is beneficial that was in this chapter was analyzing our starting point. When it comes here, we got to take an honest look at where we are now. And there's a spectrum in which way we can do that. On one side of it, we could have a full blood work done up, or we could look at every aspect of our physical health right now. Or on the other side, we could just simply go buy a scale at your local box store. And you could stand on that, take your weight, and then you got a starting point. And in the middle, maybe you're a member of a gym and you can go have an in-body scan, or you can go have them take a look at all your metrics and give you a healthy starting point. Wherever you fall, whether it's full blood work or just buying a scale, you've got to find where you're getting started at. Once we find where we're getting starting at, it's important to set those specific benchmarks and deadlines. I've got this going on right now in my fitness journey because I committed this year to run a marathon. So I've got these different benchmarks built in because I have a deadline, and that is in March when we run this St. Patrick's Day marathon. And so I know when I've got to do it by, and every week I'm slowly increasing how many miles I'm running during my training runs. Those deadlines and benchmarks are what help keep me motivated to continue on the journey, to complete it so that I can finish what I set out to achieve. Now, the last big thing that jumped out at me in just a couple practical takeaways is to acquire the knowledge and skills. When it comes to health and fitness, we live in a world where we have all of this at our fingertips. In this digital age, it's easier than ever. If you need a workout plan, there's an app for that. If you want recipes for a healthy diet, like you want to eat Mediterranean or carnivore or keto, it's all just a Google search away. The key is really to collect the information and then take action on what you've collected. But one of the most important things that I think is echoed in this chapter is that the biggest roadblocks to our health are internal. You can have all of the information out there that is needed, but if you don't overcome the internal obstacles, you'll often never get started, or if you do, you won't stay moving forward. In fact, Tracy emphasizes that our attitudes, our habits, and our self-discipline play a far greater role in our health than the external factors that we feel are against us. So we've got to identify these obstacles. We've got to identify these internal things that we're telling ourselves, like limiting beliefs that are holding us back in living a healthy lifestyle and in our fitness journey. And then we got to commit to adopting the right mindset and behaviors, those healthy habits that are going to keep us moving forward. So I would just take a moment and ask yourself, what's holding you back? You probably already know this, but really take some time to think about it and how you can overcome it. So let's focus on number 4 in the back of our chapter as our practical action step. It says here, what will you have to do more of to enjoy excellent all-around health and fitness? What do you have to do more of? Most likely we're already doing some things that are helping us grow in this area, but what do we need to do more of? Maybe right now you are walking 3 times a week. Could you bump that up to 5? Maybe you're getting in 2 workouts. Could you add a 3rd? Maybe 1 meal a day is healthy, and then adding fast food in there, maybe you cut some of that fast food. I'll go to fast food 1 less time this week. Because it's small, consistent improvements that lead to big results over time. Well, chapter 13 is a powerful reminder to optimize our health and wellness, and that it's a choice. It's a choice we can control. And we can get started to create better habits so we could be a better version of ourselves in this area. Here's the thing. If you want to achieve big goals, you're going to need big energy. And big energy comes from adopting those healthy habits. I hope this is going to help you grow your confidence, grow your energy, and just become a better version of yourself all around in the years ahead. Now, tomorrow we're going to dive into chapter 14. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Keep showing up. Keep growing. I'll see you tomorrow.